Hello everyone, my name is Jyoti and my poster ID is FSQP13. I am presenting the poster on magic wavelengths for excited state transitions in rubidium and cesium for optical lattice-based active clocks. As we all know, it is impossible to measure time itself, but the only thing that we can measure is frequency. For better timekeeping standards, we need to measure frequency very precisely. And for precise future definition of second in SI units, we need to realize ultra precise, narrow, and concise form of clocks, which is based on active optical based mechanism. The active optical clock proposes to provide long term stability, which is the key factor for any clocking device, and therefore they serve as conducive timekeeping standard. For this purpose, the evaluation of magic wavelength is very important, as this wavelength value is the best suited value to trap the atom in any involved state during the clock transition. In this work, we have reported the calculated static dipole polarizabilities for excited states of rubidium and cesium. In case of rubidium, we have considered 6s half, 5b half, and 5b3 half states, and for cesium, we have considered 7s half, 6b half, and 6b3 half states. We have also compared our theoretical results with the already available experimental data. We have also evaluated the magic wavelengths for the transitions of rubidium and cesium. In case of rubidium, we have considered 6s to 5p half 3 half transitions, and for cesium, we have considered 7s to 6p half 3 half transitions. We have also found that our results for rubidium are in good agreement with already published literature, and we really hope that this evaluation of these magic wavelengths will stimulate the development of optical lattice-based cesium and rubidium active clocks. So here is the methodology for calculation of dynamic dipole polarizability for a hyperfine level Fn for any state n. We have considered this formula. Here delta Ek is the energy difference of unperturbed energies from level n to level k, and this alpha Fn Fn omega is the total dynamic dipole polarizability, which can be expressed in terms of scalar and tensor values. This tensor of rank 0 depicts the scalar portion, and this term with tensor with rank 0 depicts the tensor portion. Here MF is the magnetic projection of total angular momentum. In a similar manner, we can write this formula for J-dependent dynamic polarizability by only replacing F value with J value. For suitable choice of dielectric field polarization and level Fn and Jn, we can determine magic wavelength for accordingly for sublevels MF and MJ. This lambda magic wavelength value is actually the value of wavelength at which differential AC Stark shift of a transition becomes zero. If we consider these graphs, the points at which these polarizability curves intersect each other is the point where magic wavelength exists. So here are the results. This first table tabulates the static dipole polarizability for various states of cesium. For 7s half state, we have obtained the value 6257 with an uncertainty of 41, which is in good agreement with experimental and other value. Similarly, we have obtained the results for 6p half state and 6p3 half state. For 6p3 half states, we have scalar part and tensor part. Scalar part is 1648 and tensor part is minus 262 atomic unit. They are in really very good approximation with this experimental values 1641 and minus 262. Uh, this is the J-dependent dynamic polarizability graph for 7s to 6p3 half transition, and this below one is the F-dependent dynamic dipole polarizability graph for the same transition. In both the cases, we can say that our points of intersection are about 980 nanometer and nearly about 1100 nanometer. In both the cases, the results are nearly the same. Therefore, they are in very good approximation for values in J dependency and F dependency. This table depicts the static dipole polarizability for states of rubidium. For 6s half, we have obtained value 5124. For 5p half and 5p3 half, the values are 813, and in 5p3 half state, we have obtained scalar and tensor part. Scalar part is 875 and tensor part is minus 168. All of the results are really in good agreement with this already published literature. However, we haven't found any experimental result for this except as half state in literature. As we move on to this graphs for J dependent polarizability for 6s half to 5p3 half in rubidium, and F dependent polarizability for 6s half to 5p3 half. Both of them show the result for around 1020 and around 1330 nanometer, and both the results are in good agreement for both the dependency. Therefore, they are in really good approximation for rubidium states. To conclude, we can say that we have recommended the magic wavelengths for experimental use for trapping rubidium and cesium for accelerated state transitions, and we really hope that this work will establish a standard for upcoming research work. This work is supported by DST SUF, and we really appreciate their grants.